Hey guys, um, back on again today with doing page 27, 28 and hopefully page 29. We're going to ink these up. We already traced them through on the light box from the sketch pages. We are just going to go around some of these with the thick lines to pull out details with the 1mm fine liners around the edges, the writing, things like that. And then we'll do the cross hatching. We also actually, first off, we need to do the skies. I think I brought some black ink this week. So I'll do the sky up here first, because then it saves us from doing some of the black lines around it. I'm just using my Pentel brush pen. I refill it with a syringe rather than buying the new cartridges because they're expensive. Little tip. I have this one, and like I say, I just refill this one. This is the main one, the big one, but I also have the little version they call the travel version, I think. I like the point on better because I think I would use this one a little bit. But the brush is a lot smaller, it doesn't take as much ink. So that's why I use this one, to fill these bigger gaps. I would use a brush and some black ink, but I said I think I brought it to here, but I don't know where I've put it at the moment. I'll sort it out. So yeah, hope everyone had a nice weekend. We did. Didn't do much painting or drawing or anything, but we did go to the beach. Let the dog go in some water. She doesn't normally like the water, but she's been very brave. Went through some of the pools. So I've moved the camera to the other side, and this is the first time that I've done it with the camera over this side. I like it better, it's got rid of the tripod that was getting in my way to my right. But now I can't see very well whether you've got any messages. I've got one. Thank you very much. Maybe I'll sort it out if I have another screen up here or something like that. I might be able to see the messages at the same time. I'll look into that. So yeah, page 27. So we're getting quite close to the end of this episode. Really enjoying this episode. these were some of the characters that I was really looking forward to drawing. I think I got through episode 1 reasonably quickly. I think that I was told that people hit, usually with writing a book or something like this, the comic, people struggle with the second one, and that was no different. I did struggle with episode 2 quite a bit because of having to, I couldn't dedicate my whole time to it. I had to sort of look at making money in other ways, which took me away from being able to do the comic at the time. And then by this one, I sort of settled into being able to do more things at once. Not a natural multitasker. Still learning. That's why I've moved the camera. I haven't even started with the editing the videos properly yet. Whenever I try, I run out of space and things on my phones, things like that, or things don't download. It takes forever. Like, just not quite sure what I'm doing with it all yet. Lot to learn. This is a nice bit though. Drawing comics. Do not despair, Creel. I've come to save you. I don't know his voice is. It's probably not Geordie. Someone retracted their message. I don't know what that was. Cross hatching I generally always do with the number 2, and I always keep going the same way. I don't generally do much sort of shading and stuff on each of these panels. I feel like they're detailed, but they're not too detailed. What I like about comics is like things like Charlie Brown and Snoopy is just as legitimate as the super detailed mangas and things like that. Like, I don't know, very old school, like Fist of the North Star, things like that. That are super detailed and shaded with their cross hatching and stuff like that. But people love Charlie Brown just as much. So I think it's about finding a style that is right. Not necessarily having everything super realistic or anything like that. Don't know, might be wrong. Let me know what people think. A few marks today. They'll come out when I'm online, when I'm not online, on my iPad really easily, but a bit frustrating. Can we see okay with this new camera angle? I hope that no one sees my face and how much I'm screwing up my lips and like sticking my tongue out while I'm drawing. Let's do some stars before I forget, because I always do these at the end and I forget about them on so many times. Put them in. They're at the top, so I won't be smudging them anyway. Hopefully. I've done that plenty of times as well. It's all learning. Does anybody draw comics? If you do, you could share them on my, put them on my community, let me have a look. I'd love to see what other people are doing as well. around the northeast where I am, there is a few people that do comics. We've got some small comic conventions that we go to. Generally, it's just people there having fun with, like, they generally like the familiar and stuff, you know. So they dress up as Marvel characters and things like that, and just enjoy themselves. They're not really, don't pay us much attention with our new stuff. That's okay. It's just a different audience, I think. It's always lovely when somebody does show an interest and comes over. I really like at those conventions when there's a couple of young kids that come over and show me their drawings and tell me that they show me their comics that they've been drawn, just to encourage them. I think that's really lovely. Some fantastic imagination as well. Brilliant. So I fixed a few mistakes with the white gel pen, where I wanted his leg to be thicker. I had to go over a couple of lines with the white gel pen, or a white ink, or whatever. Things like these smudges will come out in digital, and try not to get them as much as possible. But any little mistakes like that you fix on with the white pen, and then there'll be little marks that you just take out when I'm on Procreate. Sorry, just a slurp of coffee, excuse me. So yeah, I'm just doing, it's like a key line. I'm just using the 1mm fine liner to go around, like, generally the bits that we want to see, which are going to be the characters and the word bubbles. Anything we want to bring forward, you put in a line. So I'm not gonna, don't do all of the details inside of the characters. I just like a key line around the outside of them. Brings them forward, makes them pop out of their backgrounds, and kind of guides your eye to where you want people to see. Thank you very much, TikTok. This is like page 130, something like that now. Yeah. Thank you very much. If you subscribe, you'll see I post things up. We've got things from the thumbnails through how I do it. You'll be able to see the other pages. I put them up. Oh, cool. Thank you very much. It's taken a long time. This is the first one that I've done, actually, of any length. Any of the comics that I've done before have been like just really short, 6 to 8 pages, something like that. And this time, I was not very happy in my job. I needed to do something, so I wanted to do this. And this isn't working out as a career particularly, but it is something that I get to do balanced with what I'm doing to make money at the minute. I'm glad you like it. I've seen people enjoying it actually as well. Been to a few markets and selling prints and things like that. And some people that like it, like they really like it. I've been at markets and stuff, and they've been like, "Oh, it reminds me of this," and showing me their tattoos and all sorts of things. I love that. People getting excited about art and stuff as much as I do. I think it's brilliant. I didn't know, like, I don't know what music you can put on YouTube, so I haven't bothered with putting anything on. I'd rather just talk to people if people are talking and stuff. I think that's great. Generally, if I was doing it not on a live stream, I might have podcasts on or something like that. Listen to some, I don't know, like I like listening to like the conspiracy theory channels and stuff like that. Just for entertainment. I don't believe in them or anything like that. I just think that they're fun. Things about like Hollywood or music, stuff like that. Controversies and stuff. But yeah, I don't know what music you're allowed to put on live stream or anything, so I try to just have. I don't tend to not put anything on. So it's better I've put my iPad down here so that I can read your comments and stuff. That's so much nicer. Thanks. Thank you for commenting and talking to me. It gets a little bit lonely. It's a bit quiet sometimes here. Like, my girlfriend's working from home today, but she's downstairs in the kitchen. She's like always on calls and stuff. And my dog, sometimes she comes up and I've got a blanket next to me. She comes and sits on it, but a lot of the time she just would rather stay downstairs on the couch. She's a greyhound, so she sleeps most of the time anyway. But then she'll wake up, realise that I'm not there, and then start crying. I think she forgets that the stairs exist. Definitely gonna have to refill this pen soon. Connected to anything? I made it myself, all of the whole story. This is around halfway through what I've got planned for it so far. But yeah, I made it all up myself. I really liked the sort of epic scale of manga stories and things. So it's my version of that. Like, my favourite is like Akira Toriyama. I love like Dragon Ball and stuff. I have lots of the things that I love. Akira is also like old school ones like that, Fist of the North Star, Akira, stuff like that. But on top of that, I just love comics as well. So I've got a collection of all the Charlie Brown stuff as well. But yeah, the story, I have drawn the characters for years and years, and they were just sort of snapshots of different worlds and characters in those worlds. I wanted to make like an art book with all those drawings in, the full coloured ones. You can see some of them on my shorts and stuff. I wanted to make a book of like 30 of those. And just as I was doing them, I sort of, this story kind of developed in my head about some of those characters, and I started to write the stories, and it all started to come together. Because there's different things in the drawings that I've done, like the rabbit started appearing in a lot of the pictures that I'd do, just as a little funny character. He'd just be like popping his head out of the trees, or sat on a rock or something like that. I don't know. and then ThePutridEye, which was the monster. So this is the whole of episode 1, so there's like 36 pages in here. Can you see it? There's a bit of a delay, I think. But yeah. So the story became all of this. And it's just I'm trying to share it as much as I can in different formats and stuff. I've been to publishers and things, and really they won't look at it unless I've got something online. So I've just got ink all over the inside of the thing. It's plastic, it'll wash off. But yeah, so I just started drawing it. Wrote out the story, how everything connected, using characters from the drawings that I'd done previously in all of my coloured drawings, because they had backgrounds, they had monsters, they had heroes, they had everything that I wanted in a comic. And yeah, I just started learning as I go, putting it all together. Yeah. I'd love to get it published at some point, but this is the third one of those folders, the 36 now, plus there's a little bit that links it all together, called Stelrod and Junior, who was a Dungeons and Dragons character that I created years and years ago. That was a mutant spacefaring barbarian that had like a growth on his shoulder called Junior. But they're all old drawings that I'd done previously. They got names from all sorts of things, like Vix is the name of a car number plate. Greenacre here is like the name of a street or a cul-de-sac that I came across. Yeah, it's all out of my head, is what I'm saying. I've got more for after this, but obviously I'm only halfway through doing this as well. There's like one more story about meeting the characters again, or meeting another character on his home world, and then is kind of, like I say, I love the epic, like the hugeness of scale of manga comics and stuff. So after that one, and they all comes together, it's going hopefully go really big, like out into the universe and stuff. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Should be fun to draw. If you look through any of my drawings and stuff, if you go on my Instagram, which is the same ThePutridEye, you might see some pictures on there that'll give hints towards the bigger sort of scale of the story. I don't want to give too much away though, because I'd rather people sort of discover it as it comes, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm literally drawing it all as I go. Sketch it out, little thumbnails. Draw it onto the larger page. Then I trace it through, we get to the line drawing that we started with beginning of today's live feed. And then inking like this. And then also it's still not really finished because I'll go on to, I'll scan them in and then finish stuff off on Procreate as well, which is just sort of neatening up or moving some of the writing around, getting rid of any smudges, anything like that. So yeah, this little rabbit here turns up in every episode, but it's not the same rabbit. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're evil. But as he kept turning up in my drawings, I thought he'd become a sort of a central character in the stories as well. I thought it was fun. He's my little nod to sort of, like traditional kind of comic books, like Charlie Brown and Snoopy, and like Calvin and Hobbes. Yeah. It's a little bit different because he doesn't have it just. He's different every time. The character is either good, bad, or a little gangster or something like that. Different personality every time, different name every time. So he's not quite the same thing, but he's just my little nod towards that sort of thing. Cute little bunny. Thank you, Chris. Can you even see me shirt? looking over the fence. Thought you've got your binoculars on. Right, I think we're close to finish this first page. Put a little bit into that demon that's on the ground there. There we go. So that is page 27 done. No, actually, I'll leave it on and put that away afterwards. And I'll move straight on to, oh, it's on the back. Page 28. There's not much sky to ink in this bit. I bet I missed in the stars, didn't I? I did. We'll go back and do the stars later. So he's finally been rescued. He seems like he's been on the side of that mountain for ages now, especially after I left him there over the weekend. He can finally step down off that magic carpet. So yeah, are there other people live streaming drawing comics then? I've never actually seen anybody else live streaming them, but it would be nice to see if there was other people doing it, how they do it. I'll take any tips on doing this. So I'm just learning everything as I go. I do know I've got to do some of the longer form videos. Or I would like to. I'm not very good at editing right now. And I don't have the sort of space on the hardware to save videos. So I've still got to work out a lot of stuff with doing that. But I would like to show some of the, like a beginning, middle and end sort of thing. I understand that people like to see that. And I'd like to show that. It's something that I'm working on. I've been practicing editing some of the videos while I'm painting miniatures. But that also brings its own problems in lighting those things and yeah, there's just a lot, isn't there? A lot of stuff to learn. Yeah, I just watched Dan's video of his what was it, his poo poo play button or something. For his, when he got 100 subscribers, he did the video of how to make a poo poo play button. It was grim, involving sweet corn and all sorts. I know he edited down a few of his live streams. I've seen them, like the turtle thing that he did in the garage, I think. I don't know whether he was doing it on a phone, whether he was doing it on cameras, I don't know. I should ask him, really. That's a lot of black. Right. Just a second. Excuse me. Well, it appears that I brought every ink except for the black. Wonderful. Okay. Could have sworn I picked that ink up. It would have been in there with all the others. Oh, I've forgotten my coffee. Oh. Does anyone have any favourite comic book characters? Like I said, I've got like a huge collection. I haven't got all of them, but I've got a lot of the Charlie Browns. Just cheered me up. I loved Asterix and Obelix when I was a kid. And all of that super violent stuff out of 2000 AD and things like that. Loved all that too. Yeah, I already said before about Akira Toriyama stuff. I love his drawings. I love how simple they are, but the huge worlds and story arcs and stuff of them as well. Just great world building and funny. And Akira, well, I don't really know what else you can say about Akira. It's just like, wow. I've got another idea that's kind of based around some of the Akira stuff, sort of motorbikes and jet bikes and stuff. I'd like to do a story about a gang of jet bikers in the future. Got a long way to go with this one first. Oh, there's a lot of black on this page. Transmetropolitan. Is that like, it's like a cool guy with a bald head and like skinny guy with the bald head, and he wore like 3D glasses or something, like different coloured glasses or something. I do remember it vaguely. They were cool. Was that like Image Comics or something? I liked Lobo as well from DC. I'm sure he was like a bounty hunter, and I remember a story where he went and there was like he was meant to wipe out the inhabitants of this planet or something, and there was only one person left, and it was this old lady, and I don't think he could do it, and so he ended up just like transporting this old lady around the planet, or like around the universe or whatever. I can't remember exactly. It was funny. Supposed to kill her and end up like driving out of the shops and that. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it was class. I don't know, like I was way younger than that when I started. You used to get Garfield in the newspaper, in the back of the newspaper, and I used to cut out all of the Garfield strips and stick them in. I'd made like a little loose leaf book out of A4 paper, and stuck all of the Garfields in to make it into like a full book, comic book of that. I must have been like 10-year-old or something then. But yeah, I used to go down to WH Smith's with my lunch money and go and buy 2000 AD every Wednesday when I was about 14, 15, something like that. I remember getting the holiday specials when I go away in the caravan as well. They were great. I love the Beano too. My brother used to collect them. He had a big pile of them, and I'm sure like he swapped them in the end for computer games for like the N64 or the Mega Drive or something. Can't remember. But yeah, what a collection. My brother used to have the subscription to the Beano, so he used to get it every single week. And yeah, it was great. What was your favourite out of the Beano? Yeah, handicap. I can't remember what the handicap was in though, but it was. You get them in the Fun Day Times. That was it. So there was a lad out the back of our street. I mean, like round the corner on the estate. He didn't live in the back street. Um, his parents used to get the Sunday Times, and we used to read the Fun Day Times. I can't really remember what was in that. Handicap might be in that one. Go on, who was your favourite out of Beano? I always loved the drawings of like Calamity James. I wanted to get a Calamity James tattoo once. I still probably would. Yeah, Bash Street Kids are great. What we call Plug, Spotty. I can't remember all the names out of the Bash Street Kids, but yeah, good shout. I don't know what the Beano's like anymore. I'm sure they were in the Beano, Bash Street Kids. I think Banana Man was in the Dandy. I think. I don't know. Maybe we're getting mixed up. Bet the Beano's like all shiny and digital and costs a £5 or something now. Yeah, it might be by now, like. Just get lost and all that stuff. Everything's an app now, isn't it? Even like doing this, I'm enjoying it a lot, but I only started doing it because the publishers told me I had to do it online to get recognised before they'd even look at it. You okay, Lindsay? Huh?
Hi.
Hello.
Are you alive?
I am. Are you sneaking about?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
Um,
I've got one more call at 1:30.
okay. here. Absolutely no continuity in these star constellations. I'm afraid I haven't gone into that kind of detail. Okay. That's the second one done, I think. So it's got, let's put the stars in on this one. Page 27. We just finished page 28, and we got page 29 down here to carry on with next. This next one's quite cool. It's got a lot of blood and gore and fight scene, which is always fun. Lots of action. Alright, so page 27, 28, done. Let that dry. I'll put it in the folder. We've got page 29 to do. Yeah, man, it's only taken a year and a half or something to get this far. I don't know, half an hour or something to ink each page, I guess. How long have we been on? An hour and a half. Oh. They're not that quick then. And do this one, I'll start storyboarding the last few pages. 7 pages to go with this story after this. This episode, not story thing. How long did it take for the story to form? I don't know. Well, been drawing the characters without realising it was going to be a story since like 2019, I think. But then I only decided to pull them together sort of 2024. And to use them as the comic story, and then then I wrote the story and just been following it through since then, but sort of bits get added and changed along the way. I haven't written all of the details, not everything's there, so sometimes you come up against contradictions and stuff like that you need to change that I never thought of when I was writing the synopsis, the plot and stuff to begin with. So yeah, it's taken a while. I just hope it's worth it. I hope that people get to see it. I just don't know how best to get it seen, if that makes sense. This is better. The YouTube channel's grown a bit. I'm glad. I hope you are. I know it's not the best way to do it, is in the animations that I've been putting up. They're not like you know, they're too quick and they're just not the right way to do it. I don't know what the right way to get it out there is yet. I can't afford to print them and not sell them when I don't know how to find an audience and stuff. And any publishers that would do that for me has said that I need to have an online presence before they'll even look at it. So I'll just try and build it while I still can. There's a few surprises coming in. It should be fun. I think Dan knows most of it, like. Not what it looks like, because that hasn't happened yet. I wasn't really on Vines much. I remember some, but yeah, I wonder why they went away, really. They seem very similar to what we kind of landed on, settled on now. Just short form videos and things. Yeah, I think TikTok had nailed it. And there are a lot of people leaving TikTok though right now because America bought it or something. I don't know what the crack is. I just saw something. It might not be true. I never have a clue whether it's true or not anymore. I'm too busy asking them to sort out our borders, right? I don't know what he was doing in China. Selling more national secrets or something. I love drawing these fight scenes. They're definitely my favourite. Blood squirting everywhere and stuff. I definitely have got quicker at doing these all the time. I don't think I would have been able to like sit and ink 3 in a row when I first started. I think that would have just been a bit too much. Oh, nice. You're not working today? Just later on. When I finish this page, I'm going to go down to see Lindsay if she's off her phone. And the dog. Bella never leaves the couch. Oh, nice. We're going painting Darlow tomorrow. It's done. Some building consultant or something like that. How's Becky doing? Have you guys started doing the garden again? Springtime coming up? That's it, it's still very muddy out there. I'm just looking out the window, it's like, yeah, need some tidying up before I start doing anything like that. Ooh. Hope she's alright. Yeah. It'll be pretty frustrating. It's not like it won't be dangerous or anything though, will it? Yeah, good. Well, I hope it all goes well. Where you see Metallica? In Wales. Nice. Is that the one? Is your mum going or something as well? You're going. Class. Oh, that'll be midnight. Right. must be nearly lunchtime. Getting hungry now. Yeah, I'll see you later, bud. Thanks for chatting. I need some food too. I've been on a bit long today, actually. Yeah. Should have maybe just done the two of them or whatever. I don't know. Right. Yeah, I want to go and grab some lunch in a minute too. Alright. It's the third one about finished. I think we might need some onomatopoeia. A nice swish or a slice or something in there. But we'll worry about that one later. It's time to go and get a sandwich. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting. I'll see you later on.